So that's what it looks like. Okay. Hello lovely people, welcome to my YouTube channel, Hey Spring Chicken. My name is Cordelia and I want to welcome you to the channel if you're new here, and if you're not new, if you're coming back, I want to say thank you. It means the world to me that you've come back, and I'm getting some really good feedback, so thank you for coming back, thank you for returning. Today we're going to look at drugstore products, drugstore makeup. And why we're going to do that is that during that period of lockdown, I found that I was unable to go to the shops to see any of the products that I may like, the different colours. So I was only going to Boots, Superdrug, and I came across several products that I had not ever used before, and I liked them very much. So I thought today would be a good day to do my whole face with products that you get from a drugstore, and that is what we're doing. So on that note, I just want to say I'm not sponsored by any of the products. However, if you click on the links below in the description box, which I will add, there are affiliate links to some of the products. And for that, I get a teeny tiny commission, for which thank you. So this is my finished drugstore look. To find out how I got this look, continue watching. I'll start with a bare face. But before we do that, I just want to cover something. A couple of people have said to me, how do I find the description box? And I have to say, I know that most people know, but a couple of you don't. So I'm just going to quickly do a 30-second show you how to find the products in the description box. So using the iPad, you can either click on the title or click on the arrow just there. Same for the iPhone. If you want to use the desktop, you just click show more. There's a little show more button, and that will give you all the description below. So here I am. I always get a bit nervous at this stage where I've got no makeup on. I can't hide behind any masks at the moment, but here we are for the benefit of this video. No makeup on, with the exception of sun protector cream and some lip balm. I always put the lip balm on at the beginning, and then that at least has a bit of chance. So away we go. First of all, we're going to start with the primer. Primer I'm going to use is NYX Hydra Touch primer, and what's good about it is you can use it on the eyes as well. So just dab it on, coming close. So I dab it on and rub. Next, on top of that, let that dry for a little. It doesn't need long, it only needs 30 seconds or so. And next I'm going to use foundation. So primer is set, it's still a bit tacky, but that's fine. We're next going to put the foundation on, which is Gosh Hydration Plus. Really lovely foundation. It's got a nice solid feel. Well, solid is the wrong word. It's got a nice luxury feel. On the back of the hand, I just dab a line like that. I then just dab it on the skin. So this particular foundation, the Gosh foundation, I get in Superdrug. So then I'm going to use my sponge. I do like sponges. You can use, if you haven't got a sponge, you can use a brush, you can use a foundation brush, or of course you can use your fingers. I quite like the sponge because it just goes into all the nooks and crannies. So away I go, and I just dab it in like this. So the look we're going for today is sort of an everyday, probably what I would call a dewy look. So all over the eyes. This is a really big blow up mirror. and it highlights everything that's wrong, but it also lets you know if you've missed a bit. And the natural light is really good. When I'm going to work in the morning, I tend to find, because I get up very early and I can't use the natural light. But if you can, use natural light. So that's pretty much it. So just whoosh, over it goes. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to add the primer to the eye. This is a L'Oreal Miracle Prep eyeshadow primer, and I got this also from Superdrug. So you can either just wick it on, but I like to take a little piece of my finger. It warms it up, so it's easier to apply, and you don't want it on too thick. And that's it. Always less is more. When you get a little older, you can't really do that big old makeup look. Well, you can, but it doesn't suit me. After we've done the primer on the top there, you let that set, and while that's setting, we're going to crack on with the concealer. So the Maybelline Insta Age Reducer is what I would say a really good, acceptable option, a passable option for the Charlotte Tilbury, which is what I use. I put it on very lightly. So this is a twist, and I would dab on the side there. Now, don't use too much because it does and can go very cakey. And then we're going to go in there. Now, as you get older, and certainly in your 60s, you do tend to get, really does crease under there, and you have to be very careful with concealer. So for me, I tend to use it on the finger, use the wedding ring finger, and just dab. So this will settle into the creases, and as long as it's not cakey, then that's fine. It will disguise those wrinkles. I'm just dabbing down there. Again, use the wedding ring finger. So just a little tip that I use is some jojoba oil. If you don't have oil, you don't have to use it. This is just something that I use. You just get a little there on the back of the hand, tiniest bit, and just dab it there. All it does is, if you don't like the creases, if you don't like it going into the creases, then this will free up that. Especially, I suffer with very dry under eye, and this gives a little bit of moisture. So although this is a jojoba oil, you can use most oils, so facial oils, that is, obviously not body oil. So after you've put on your concealer and your foundation and your concealer, you can set it with a setting powder. I use Gosh's, it's called Prime and Set. Or you can use a setting spray. So that's what it looks like. Okay, I'm not going to show you what it looks like because it spills. So big brush, just really only a small amount. Okay, tap it off. Tap it on the back of the hand, and then just dab. Now, do not use too much under the eye, it will go cakey, but you do need to dry out the face a little.
Setting powder everywhere.
I know. Oh,
I can't believe that.
So dabbing it on the back of the hand, it just gets rid of the loose. I'm making a right mess here. Oh my word, real mess. God. So that's fine. Just a little light brush. Do not use too much. Again, you do have to be a bit careful with the setting powder. We're going to use a blusher, a sort of a bronzer or sculptor as you may call it, and also a highlighter. I like those three things, and I have found that the Rimmel highlighter, sculptor and bronzer is very, very good indeed. And the one I'm going to use is this one. In addition, my little secret is the Mon Amor. This is a real what can I say? It's a real contender to the Benefit High Beam, which I absolutely love. So the High Beam I just put up there. This is really good. We're going to use an angled brush. That is an angled brush. Load the brush, tap it off. We're going to go for a light look, and this can be a bit heavy. So just C shape. Underneath, down the neck, otherwise it's white. Just dab it on, don't use too much on the neck. And you build on it and build it into the, build it out of the hairline, otherwise it collects all the way around there. So do blend it out. Blush. It goes on the apple of the cheeks. Smile. Going back to the nose. Load. Get the brush like that, tap it off. Get the brush like this. And then come down the inside. It just gives a little bit of definition to the nose. So looking at it here, it is looking a little dark, and I did say I wanted a day look, so just brush it out. We're going to do the Rimmel highlighter just a little bit down the nose, and I like to use it on the Cupid bow bit, whatever this bit here is called, and then come down. I like to use just the tip there. I know sometimes they go down the whole nose, but just down to the tip. So again, when the light deflects off of that. If you're going out for the evening, then you can do the whole look. We're not going to use anything like that amount. That just came out the dropper. So I'm going to just use the wedding ring finger, and I'm just going to dab 3 lots there, and the same on this side. Taking it to the center of the eye, just about there, and then we're just going to rub it in. So we're putting it on the jawline. Again, it's about light deflection, so you've got the bronzer down below. I'm going to use a bit of artistic license here. All of the products I'm using are drugstore products, with the exception of my eyebrow pencil, the Benefit eyebrow pencil. We did a tutorial on that, and if you want to see that, then I will add a description there, and that will be the eyebrow tutorial, and you will see how I use my Benefit Goof Poof. Poof? No, my Benefit Goof Proof eyebrow pencil. I always get worried doing the eyebrows. As I mentioned in the tutorial, I have correction because my eyebrows were tattooed some time ago now, but you can still see what the tattoo looks like. So, and we cover that in the tutorial. So yeah. Done the eyebrows, let's do the eyeshadow. The eyeshadow, I'm going to use a much loved favorite, which is Rimmel Magnifies Eyes collection. As you can see, it is much used. Well, certainly 3 of the colors are. So the other we're going to use is the Revolution, and that is just a basic shades there. Okay, starting with the beige, load up the brush. Starting with the beige, load up the brush, and just paint it on. Didn't tap it off. It's a bit of colour. And we're going to use the colour here, and then we just do like a windscreen wiper effect, like so, just so that to get it clear. I'm not, just so that I'm clear, I'm not sponsored by any one of these products, and these are just my own views and what I like and what works on my skin. What I'm going to use is, we're swapping between those 2 palettes. I'm going to use this little throwaway brush, and I'm just going to do a really clever technique that I saw on one of the YouTubers. I'll add the link of the lady whom I use, because I can't remember off the top of my head, but she showed us this little tip. We're going to use this shade, and all we're doing is a line down there. We're going to do the same on the other, then get the second and this colour there and just next to it. So you've got 2 colours there. And finally, a dab of just the hint there. And then what we do, this little brush came with that. You're just going to dab it on, like so. Dab it on, stipple effect, and then we start to blend. We then we go back to the Rimmel palette, and I'm going to use this much loved colour here. There's hardly any of it left, but we don't need very much. And all I'm going to do is just a little hint on the edge. It sort of gives the smoky eye look, but you don't need much. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to do the other eye now, but you don't have to sit and watch that. Both eyes done. Now we're just going to do a little under eye there. We're going to use the Rimmel powder. You can use an eye pencil, which is what I would ordinarily do, but I use this technique quite a lot as well. Tiny bit on the brush, and the colour I'm going to use for this is the darkest one on the palette, and you only need the tiniest bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dab it off, so it actually looks like most of it's come off, and then I'm just going to go under the eye and take it up slightly. That's all you need to do. I wear glasses, and therefore I find that mascara does get in the way. It bats on the glass, so I don't use a lot of mascara, but just a little touch. So I'm going to use Max Factor Volume Infusion, but it's just a little hint. So next we're going to do the lips. I like a lip pencil, not everyone does. Just use any one you've got. Outline. And you can fill it in with the pencil, but let's not. We're going to use a L'Oreal 325 Nude. It's a matte, and I'm not a huge fan of mattes, so what I do, but it does give good colour, so what I do is I will put a gloss over that. Next, we're just going to add a quick gloss on there. This is Rimmel Oh My Gloss. Then I'm just going to go over with a white stick here. And the reason I do that is it defines the lips so it doesn't sort of blur in. And also if you've made them a little larger, then this gives a clearer outline. So now we just come to the end, and I like to use a white, like little white pencil. So I like the one from Benefit, but I'm using today a double-ended one. So we've got shiny one end, but the white at the other, and this is from Kiko. And I just highlight here, in the middle, the brow, and then in the corner. This sort of makes the eyes look quite pretty. And then last a little bit here. Now you can add a little bit of eyebrow definition just under there, and if you wish, if you want to give clearer outline, but I'm not going to. So that's it. I don't know how long that has taken me to do, but this is a sort of a look that I would use when I will, during the day, if I'm going out for lunch or going to work, or even when I'm at home. So this is an everyday look. So if you've made it this far, then thank you. Thank you very much. I will add a link for you to follow me on Instagram, Pinterest, and my website. My website, I write blogs and I update that every week. So that you will find somewhere on here is my heyspringchicken.com website. Also, if you like what you've seen, click on the subscribe button. I'm doing sort of content like this every single week. So please click on the subscribe, press the thumbs up, the like button, and then write a comment. I really enjoy reading what you say, and yeah, it's just lovely to engage with you. So please do that, and I will see you soon. Thank you.